From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, time once again for another edition of The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV. We're back at the bar, back at Tommy Mac's with my good friend Wally Conway. This show brought to you by our friends at Goodfellas Cigar Lounge and Spirits, the Southern Grill down on the South Bank, and the Wealth Advisory team of Bruss Nutter and Ponte Vedra Beach. Great to be here and great to be alive. We're talking family, we're talking addiction, we're talking therapy. Of course, Wally Conway is here from Home Pro Inspections, and so is Kevin Peterson from the Chronic Hope Institute. Let's welcome them in. Wally, how are you, my man?
Sunscreen.
Good to see you.
Wear sunscreen.
Is that the message for today?
That's the message of the day,
and
my
keep
friend.
reapplying, right?
Yes.
Because it only lasts for so long. Wally.
Lather, rinse, repeat.
Yep.
Same with sunscreen.
Keep doing it.
Yeah.
And then wash that stuff off when you're done.
Exactly right.
How you doing?
I'm great.
You're looking good, man.
Yeah, I feel
feeling
strong.
Fit? You feeling strong?
Yeah, I feel a little bulky today.
Do you?
I do.
Well, sometimes the camera does that to us. It's okay. It's okay. Kevin Peterson is here from the Chronic Hope Institute, a licensed marriage and family therapist.
Yes, sir.
Good to see you.
Pleasure to thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here as well. All right, let's get into it. The Chronic Hope Institute is all about helping families that are dealing with addiction, correct?
Yeah, it is. Our goal is to educate families and professionals on how to help people that are struggling with addiction and help families that are struggling with addiction and teach them how to set boundaries and offer their loved one a solution.
Okay, so it's for both sides, right? It's for the one that's addicted, and it's for the family members that are, or friend, whatever, dealing with that person and how to handle that, because it's tough on both sides.
It is, and the majority of folks or therapists will work with someone that struggles with addiction. But when it comes to the family, that tends to be sort of a missing link, because what I get is the call of, I don't know what to do. You know, I've got my 16-year-old, my 26-year-old, my 46-year-old, and they're dying, and I don't know how to help them. And so we created a plan. Okay. It's a very straightforward, structured plan.
And you got started in all of this because of your own personal experiences, Kevin?
Yeah, I grew up in a house of addiction. My mom was a prescription drug addict, and then I started using when I was about 13, 14.
Wow.
Quickly hit into addiction right off the bat, and then got sober because my family circled the wagons when I was 27 and said, we love you, but it's either this stops or you're out.
Right.
Those are your choices.
Wow. It's tough for them to get to that point, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And what about Southern Cal real quick? You faked your graduation, is that right?
That's my big move. In 1988, after 6 years of college, I faked my graduation at USC. I ordered the cap and gown and ordered the announcements, and everybody showed up, and I was a year and a half short.
Okay, wow.
And my parents kind of smelled that out a couple years later. And
did they?
A couple years later.
Yeah, you got a couple.
Nice move.
Yeah, well, I was bartending, and like I like to say, I had my own home multi-level marketing pharmaceutical operation going on.
Okay, yeah.
and back when that was a thing, and that all came crashing down. But that was what started me on my own personal journey of recovery. May 5th, 1991.
Okay.
Been sober ever since.
Great, congrats.
Went back to school in 2008 at Regis University in Denver. Got a master's in marriage and family therapy, and here I am.
All right, let's talk addiction if we can. All genetic. Mainly genetic, mostly genetic. I mean, because I know it is. I know it's in our DNA, but is it a blanket statement or?
Well, I don't think anyone can make a sweeping, across the board statement. I have seen neurologists, experts say it is definitely a genetic disorder. My body processes alcohol and drugs different than yours.
Sure.
And so is it nature nurture? Well, okay, I would tell you I think it's nature, but nurture certainly helps. And nurture can get you there faster.
So that nature versus nurture and the DNA, here's my challenge with that.
Sure.
In one sense, it makes it sound like it's hopeless. Mm-hmm. And in another, it sounds like you get a pass. And where is that line?
Yeah. So I would not say that anybody gets a pass. I think there's an accountability function in the world that I come from. I'm a big advocate of the 12-step world. And we don't believe in a pass. You get it's full accountability. Hey, guess what? This is who you are. This is what you are. Now you got to deal with it, and you got to become an adult.
Right.
To be totally blunt, struggling with addiction is this much about the drugs and the alcohol, and this much about how you live and how you behave. Yeah. Right. Exactly.
There's a reason why you're going to that, right?
Yeah.
I had a great friend. My friend Father Tom told me about. He said this is advice. He said, "Look, you don't have to tolerate to forgive. Just remember that. You don't have to tolerate to forgive." All right, we do have to wrap it up. So let's wrap it up about your book, Chronic Hope.
Yeah.
Where can people find it and what can they expect?
So it's on Amazon in all 3 formats. And it's also, you can get it on my website at chronichope.us.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Kevin, great job, man. You're doing the great work, and
Thank you.
People need help. There's no doubt. People that are addicted, the families, how to deal with that. This is fantastic, and I hope a lot of people that watch this get a lot out of it and check out your book and even find you if they need some help.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
All right.
Wally, always a pleasure, my man. Always a pleasure. All right, hey, if you like these kind of conversations, there are more at iwannabuzz.com. Always a pleasure when we can help people here on The Horse's Mouth. So until next time, stay safe and be cool out there. We'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers. Born out of the bold city of the South, Southern Grill has been a mainstay on Jacksonville's South Bank for over 18 years. Southern Grill serves up home-cooked meals daily, from breakfast to Southern Kirk barbecue, sandwiches, wraps, platters, and vegetarian options has you covered at the Southern Grill. At night, enjoy some live music at our full bar or catch this week's best college or NFL game with our NFL Sunday ticket. Dine in, to-go, delivery, or catering. Enjoy a taste of the South at Southern Grill.
From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, time once again for Up Close and Personal here on The Horse's Mouth. We're back at the bar, back at Tommy Mac's, talking business once again. Brought to you by my friends at Goodfellas Cigar Lounge and Spirits, the Southern Grill on the South Bank, and the Wealth Advisory Team of Bruss Nutter in Ponte Vedra Beach. My guest this time around is Jordan Regine from Peace, Love, and Freedom Ventures. Let's welcome Jordan into the show. Jordan, good to have you, man. How you doing?
Thanks a lot, Tom.
Welcome to the bar and welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Tell us about your company, man. This is your company, you and your wife, right?
Yes, sir.
Your executive assistant.
That's right.
I know how that goes. But tell us about Peace, Love, and Freedom Ventures. What are you doing?
We're providing staffing and consulting services to entrepreneurs who specialize in field operations, things like construction to geospatial collection and imagery production. Okay,
geospatial, is that like when you got to clean up land like it's dirty, right? That kind of environmental cleanup, or what are we talking?
A lot of geospatial work is focused on that these days, but it's more an overarching umbrella of mapping services. So whether you're getting in your Uber and you need to pick someone up, or you're mapping farmlands or environmental cleanup.
Okay, interesting. So how do you get, other than being on the show, how do you get it out there, like what you're looking for? Who are the prospects that you're trying to bring on to jobs? I know how the staffing, it works, right? Your reputation's on the line. They've got to be good workers. They got to show up on time. They got to know what they're doing. But how do you find your pool of talent, I guess?
That's right. LinkedIn is a great resource, and then tapping into networks of people that I've worked with in the past. Really what I'm looking for is not just qualified individuals, but people who are really motivated and hungry for an opportunity to work with the companies that I'm setting them up with.
So you often hear it's hard to find good work, right? I hear that all the time at the bar, and it doesn't matter what industry, right? It could be retail, it could be restaurant, it could be whatever it is. Do you find it the same in the fields that you're dealing with, or are more people inclined to, no, I'm ready to go, like, let's go, put a shovel in my hand or whatever I got to do, for that company?
That's right. I think you'd be surprised at the number of people who are out there hungry for an opportunity. So it takes a little bit of strategy on the front end to find those individuals. But once you find them, they'll be a great lasting resource in your company, which is what I'm specializing in. It's not just putting them in your seat, but keeping them there.
Keeping them there and helping out with the strategy or whatnot, or at least being a resource if they need you.
Exactly. Growing your business, making it so that you can get more done and spend time on the things that you really like to do.
Okay, so you're on being your own company. You're on the recruiting side and the sales side. You're trying to find good people, and you're trying to find the businesses that need good people.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easier to find good people than it is to find businesses at this point.
It is.
Yeah.
Because they're using somebody else, or what's the deal? Tough barrier to entry, or what do you think?
My values are really community oriented. Okay. And so my wife and I moved to the Jacksonville area a little over a year ago. Okay. She grew up here.
Okay.
But we came out of Colorado. So I'm trying to develop those community roots and the network in Jacksonville to really support and build businesses in the community.
Okay, so you have an opportunity to present yourself, right, to our audience. What can people expect when they contact you as far as, finding work, finding good quality work, and obviously they got to do their part as well on their end.
That's right. So I'm going to have a conversation with you, really figure out what your pain points are, what your goals are, figure out where you're trying to go, and then find work that works best for you, not just someone who can do the job, but that you're going to get along with, that is motivated to do the job, and will be a great asset in the long run. And to support them and keep them there, I'll help you develop processes, make sure that they're supported as an employee, and have everything that they need in order to function well with your business.
Is your process of vetting the prospects out, is it pretty deep? I mean, is it automated? Like, is it a sheet they fill out, or is it just an interview? You're talking to them. How do you go through that? There's
a little bit of automation. I think the philosophy that I have is you want to make the candidate work enough to show you that they're willing to be motivated in the job itself. Okay. But I save the client time by only giving them the best candidates at the tail end. Gotcha. So I'll do all the legwork of email contact, references, putting them through a competency exercise, and making sure that they're really...
So when you deliver them, they're ready to go.
They're ready to go. They've got my stamp of approval.
And your stamp of approval, and that's putting your ass on the line.
That's right.
Which is great.
Yeah, you got to have skin in the game.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to Duke for my undergrad and CU Law for law school.
We told you a Duke graduate was in this. Are you allowed to sit in a bar coming from Duke? No, just kidding. You must be really smart. That's great, man. Well, listen, congrats and best of luck, all right? How can people find you?
They can find me at peacelovefreedomventures.com. I'm on LinkedIn.
All right. Yeah. peacelovefreedomventures.com. Hey, if you're looking for work out there, you like to get dirty and get into it, trust me, call Jordan and he will help you out. If you like these kind of conversations, there are plenty more at iwanttabuzz.com. So until next time, stay safe and be cool out there. We'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers. Born out of the bold city of the South, Southern Grill has been a mainstay on Jacksonville's South Bank for over 18 years. Southern Grill serves up home-cooked meals daily, from breakfast to Southern Kirk barbecue, sandwiches, wraps, platters, and vegetarian options has you covered at the Southern Grill. At night, enjoy some live music at our full bar or catch this week's best college or NFL game with our NFL Sunday ticket. Dine in, to-go, delivery, or catering. Enjoy a taste of the South at Southern Grill.
Feel a new level of comfort with underwear for men. Created for men with an active lifestyle and designed for sports, work, medical, and everyday wear. Underwear for Men has a special patented drawstring pouch which allows you to adjust the perfect custom fit around your manhood. It allows you the separation you need and the support you deserve. The drawstrings adjust to isolate and support. The mesh pouch cools and comforts. The tailored fit won't rubber chafe. A tagless plush waistband sized to fit a man's waist, and materials that are quick dry and moisture wicking. Underwear for Men is available in all your favorite styles and colors. In briefs, trunks, and 6-inch and 9-inch boxer briefs, and in your choice of cottony, extra cool, viscose, or polyester fabrics. Underwear for Men. Support your manhood.
From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, welcome into another edition of The Horse's Mouth, a special Jaguars edition right here at Tommy Mac's back at the bar, brought to our good friends at Goodfellas Cigar Lounge and Spirits, the Southern Grill on the South Bank, and the Wealth Advisory Team of Bruss Nutter in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. We've got Brian Sexton here, the original voice of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and my good friend from 1995. Let's welcome in. Brian, how are you,
What's up,
my
big
man?
boy? I'm good. How are you?
Great to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for taking the time and being on the show.
Easy to do. You know, talking is never my problem.
Never. Stopping talking. The gift
sure.
of gab, as our mothers both probably tell us.
Yeah.
You know?
That's
No
the Irish
doubt.
in us.
That's right. You're right about that. 1995. Actually, you were 1994.
Yeah,
you said that during the alumni weekend.
I just celebrated, started my 29th year.
Yeah.
With the Jaguars. Been around since there wasn't a team, since the stadium was just the upper west deck,
right,
and a mud pit underneath. So it's been a blessing to see it come this far, and I'd like to see it continue.
Where were you before you came to Jacksonville?
I was in Kansas. I was
that's right.
In Wichita, Kansas.
That's right, man.
I was glad to get out of there.
Yeah, and then you came here. You never left, like a lot of us.
Well, it's hard not to want to stay.
Yeah,
it's such a welcoming community. And I got in with the Jaguars, and I watched it grow, and I grew. And I met my wife here. My kids were born here. I tell people that Jacksonville is that shining city on a hill for me. You know, it just is. It's over-delivered and under-promised.
Yeah, I tell you one thing about the Jags in the community. The pulse is per the Jags.
Yeah.
You know, and I know that you could say that about a lot of cities.
Yeah.
But some of these cities are so massive
that
you don't really feel it. Here, you feel it. When they win, you're in such a great mood.
Right.
The stands are packed. Everybody's jacked up. Monday's fun. Friday's fun. The whole week's pretty much fun, except maybe Tuesday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when they lose, you're like, oh, gosh.
Yeah, we've done a lot of that lately.
Yeah. But that's what makes our community special, I think.
There's no doubt, because people feel it. So I'm in line at Publix, and someone wants to tell me what they didn't like. And I have to sit there and smile and take it. And then conversely, there's someone that wants to tell you about the great experience they had in the stadium. The customer service was great. They can't wait to take their kids and go back. So it's a little bit like Green Bay. And I've always said that this is the Green Bay of the South. It's a one-horse town, right? From the horse's mouth. It is a one-horse town. And it's a place where people can touch the team. People could come up and say, hey, Tom, love that tackle you made to save the game the other day. Whereas opposed to you're in New York or Dallas, you never see those guys.
No, you never see them.
They get in their SUVs and they leave the underground parking and they go to their home.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. You know, during the pandemic, I was running up in Atlantic Beach by you, but went by Coach Coughlin's house. He's working out there. And it's funny, he says to me, we start talking, and he says to me, he goes, you know, I had to be tough on you guys.
Yeah.
And he said Boston College too. He's like, but BC's starting an NFL franchise. I had to be. And I was like, Coach, what is this, confession? Like, I'm
a little bit.
It was. It might have been.
No, there's a little of that.
But I think he was absolutely right. How did you feel with Tom Coughlin and what he did? I mean, the startup team and getting success in that year two and then beyond.
Of course, looking back, you know, through the lens of hindsight, I mean, he was absolutely the perfect person for the job. I mean, he knew what it took. It's so hard to win in professional football.
No doubt.
People don't know that. They think, well, you just get a great quarterback and you go. No, it's not that easy. If you do everything right, it's still tough.
No doubt.
And if you make mistakes, and the Jaguars have made their share of mistakes, I mean, then it's really, really difficult. Tom was tough on everybody.
Oh, yeah.
There's a story that used to go, don't let Tom make a decision, because then every decision becomes his, right? So there was a time where they're going to paint the hallway. And they painted, a teal on the bottom and a gold stripe and black on the top. And he didn't like it. And they asked him, and he goes, I don't like it. I want it this way. So they painted it the way he wanted it. But then he didn't like the shade of black or the gold. I forget what it was. But so he was hard on everybody. But Tom understood what it took to win, and he understood that demanding excellence was the only way to do it. And he cared as much as he expected you to care. So, there probably is a little penance there because he's at that stage of his life where he wants to connect with everybody.
No doubt.
And I know you guys and I want to connect with him.
Oh, love him.
So important.
Do anything for him.
He should be the next guy in the pride of the Jaguars.
I agree. And Hall of Fame, in my opinion.
Oh, there's no doubt.
He's got the resume.
There's no doubt. But, you see a lot of coaches out there. Mike Shanahan is with him there with 2 Super Bowl rings.
Right.
I think that, well,
Dick, he'll get there.
Dick Vermeil just went in 86. He may have to wait a couple more years.
He might have to, no doubt about it. I think, look, I was talking to some of my teammates about this past weekend. What Tom brought in as people, like guys, especially players, were guys that could handle him. And if you couldn't, he got rid of you.
Right.
So he brought, like when he recruited me, like I'm out of football 2 years, but he knew that I would do anything he asked me to do because it didn't bother me if he yelled at me.
Well, it's a tough man's
no
game.
Big deal. Yeah.
It's not a nice game.
No,
I think
right.
people forget that. I mean, they see you guys shake or guys take a knee at after the game, but it's not a game for well-adjusted men.
Right.
You have to play the game with a degree of malice in your heart.
Totally.
Because I mean, it is a violent game.
Violent.
You can try your best to create a safety protocol, but it's still about big men slamming into each other 35, 40 times a game. I was with Donovan Darius the other night, and the question was asked, could you play the game today? Well, if he was in top physical shape, sure. But could he play the game by the rules? Well, I don't know.
There's a lot of rules.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, he played with such a hammer. So did you. And it's really tough. So he brought in guys that could play the game the way the game was meant to be played. Big, strong, physical, tough, and demanding that you have your feet on the floor and your shirt tucked in. That's demanding? I didn't think
that was
so.
pretty simple.
I got 3 boys, right? 2 of them are playing high school football right now. I don't want to hear when they have to go early for a meeting. I don't want to hear that they didn't like the way the defense was called. Shut up and play.
That's right. That's right.
Right. So Tom's having an influence generations down the road.
No, it's good. Good that I hear that because today you don't hear that a lot, right? It was always like if you ever complained about the coach, your parent would be like, "It's not the coach, it's you."
100%.
It's
Drop
not the
and
teacher,
give me 20
it's you.
right now for even insinuating that it's the coach's problem.
Exactly, no doubt. All right, so as you look back, right, you got Tom, then you had Jack Del Rio who had his moments, then you had Malarkey. Who was for next?
Malarkey came in,
and then Marone,
then Gus,
right? Or Gus, right? Gus, that's right.
We forget he's such a great guy.
Yeah, totally great guy. But here, back to my point, like he wanted to be such his players coach. We had a lot of young guys. That doesn't work.
He was the Google head coach, right? I mean, he was that guy where everybody created their own schedule. I mean, that's exaggerating, but you understand that.
No,
He wanted you to worry about you.
Totally.
He didn't want you to worry about
yourself.
Right. He didn't want you to worry about team. He thought that if you would come in and play at your highest level, then I would do the same thing and the guy next to me. And if everybody came in, that's how you create a team.
Right.
Well, I mean, I like that approach as a
theoretically, it sounds awesome.
54-year-old, right? I like to be in charge of my own schedule. But again, football is the ultimate team sport. That Google-esque modern approach, I mean, it's still a caveman game. Even as sophisticated as the passing game is.
Who out-hits who? Which is great.
100%.
I mean, we love it. That's why we love it.
Yeah.
Don't take that away from the game of football.
Well, if you take the game of football away, then it's basketball on grass.
That's right. No,
I don't want to watch basketball on grass. I love college basketball.
Yeah, of course.
I want to watch it on the hard court at Allen Fieldhouse.
Yeah.
But I don't want to watch it on grass.
No doubt about it. All right, we're not going to get into Urban Meyer because that was
Please, I don't even say his name. Let's
move past that. But you got Doug Peterson now.
He's great.
I like him a lot. I like what he stands for. He's got the track record, got the resume. I think, as fans, and we're fans.
100%.
We want wins.
Right.
We're all dying for a winning team.
We want what's best for the franchise because, as you alluded to earlier, when the franchise is good, the city is better.
The city's great. Yeah,
so we have to have that. Doug is the right man for the job.
Why do you say that? Just out of your opinion.
Well, okay, so he came into the game as an undrafted rookie free agent, someone that you can relate to, right?
Totally.
He came in with Shula and Marino, and then he went to Holmgren and Favre, and then he connected with Andy Reid. He's won a championship as a player. He won one as a coach. He has the right temperament. You know what he is? He's the big brother. And he's putting his arm around a franchise that's been anxiety-ridden forever. Are we going to make it in Jacksonville? Can we win? Can we sell tickets? And he's got this arm, and it's like, let me show you how to do this. And it's calm. The whole franchise feels calm, despite the flurry of activity around the Hall of Fame and Tony this year.
Yeah, sure.
It feels calm. He's the right guy.
He's a calming influence.
100%.
Okay.
The players believe in him, especially the quarterback.
Okay.
The coaches believe in him. He's absolutely got the right. The first couple of weeks, he was a goalie. Hockey goalie in the playoffs. They say standing on your head, calling all the right shots. He's got that. Now, some teams have caught up a little bit, and he's got to go do that again to get them ready. And he still has to have the big picture. Because it was never about, here comes Doug Peterson. Jaguars are going to the Super Bowl this year. It was, here comes Doug Peterson. He'll get it on track.
Yeah, he'll change everything.
He's got it on track.
Okay.
Got to have a big picture.
Okay.
But I believe in this guy.
All right. You're going to even give me the critique, too, because I'm not as patient.
It's hard to be.
And I'm not as patient with Trevor.
Right.
But I keep hearing, and not just locally, from guys that I talk to, Sean Salisbury's the world. He's got it. He's going to be good.
He's going to be fine.
You've got to be patient.
Do you understand?
Aaron Rodgers, who's probably the best overall quarterback in the game today, Tom, he didn't play from the year he was drafted in 2005 until 2008. He sat for 3 years. I know. Let's go back a generation. Terry Bradshaw, who was drafted in 1970 but didn't become the full-time starter until 1974. Right. And in between there, in 1972, the Immaculate Reception. I mean, we don't have patience anymore. And in Jacksonville, we don't have a lot of patience, Tom, because we've endured a lot of losing. We're like, come on, let's go. Right. You see Justin Herbert in Los Angeles. But he lands with Mahomes. Keenan Allen. Well, he lands with Andy Reid. I know. This kid lands with, Urban Meyer, whose name I don't want to say. Right, true. What a disaster that was. Okay. He's now with the right guy. He's got good receivers. He's got a good offensive line. I think he's got a tremendously talented defense. Yeah. He still needs that X factor. When we were in Atlanta, I watched Kyle Pitts. You see that guy, you're like, we have to stop him. We need one. Who on the Jaguars offense do you say, if we don't stop him, we don't win? Right. Well, nobody.
I'd like to see it be ETN.
Well, I would think so too, but we haven't seen it yet. No, right. And the receivers they have are good, but they don't have that game breaker, game changer, play above the X's and O's. Jamar Chase, right? They've got to get that guy. When they do, this guy will play like Herbert, like Rodgers, like Burrow. All right. I believe that to my core. They just need to add some things.
Be patient out there, people. Patience. It's a virtue. I don't always have it, but we got to have a little bit of patience, right?
I don't know. Here's where I lose my patience. It felt like against the Texans that the Jaguars had a chance to make a statement.
I know.
Here we go, right? We're gonna go and we're gonna be 3-2 and go into Indy and then be 4-2. I felt like. But I got ahead of myself, too, and I forgot that the quarterback is young, and he's seeing things that he hasn't seen before. And we all expect Trevor Lawrence to play like Trevor Lawrence at Clemson. This ain't Clemson, and you know that. So do I.
Great job, my man.
Good to see you.
Thanks so much for being here.
Appreciate you.
We're going to do more of this.
As much as you want.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome to have Brian Sexton, the original voice, good friend of mine with the Jacksonville Jaguars organization from day one. You can see more of these interviews at iwannabuzz.com. Until next time, stay safe and be cool out there. We'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers. Born out of the bold city of the South, Southern Grill has been a mainstay on Jacksonville's South Bank for over 18 years. Southern Grill serves up home-cooked meals daily, from breakfast to Southern Kirk barbecue, sandwiches, wraps, platters, and vegetarian options has you covered at the Southern Grill. At night, enjoy some live music at our full bar or catch this week's best college or NFL game with our NFL Sunday ticket. Dine in, to-go, delivery, or catering. Enjoy a taste of the South at Southern Grill.
Feel a new level of comfort with underwear for men. Created for men with an active lifestyle and designed for sports, work, medical, and everyday wear. Underwear for Men has a special patented drawstring pouch which allows you to adjust the perfect custom fit around your manhood. It allows you the separation you need and the support you deserve. The drawstrings adjust to isolate and support. The mesh pouch cools and comforts. The tailored fit won't rubber chafe. A tagless plush waistband sized to fit a man's waist, and materials that are quick dry and moisture wicking. Underwear for Men is available in all your favorite styles and colors. In briefs, trunks, and 6-inch and 9-inch boxer briefs, and in your choice of cottony, extra cool, viscose, or polyester fabrics. Underwear for Men. Support your manhood.